DeFi Darius, Digital Asset Junkie TV. Thank you guys so much for kicking it with me. All right, so you guys know the three horsemen of blockchain. AI, gaming, and of course your ISO friendly tokens, your banking tokens. All right. Also gambling too. We could throw gambling in with banking, I guess. You know, there's definitely a few gambling tokens out there. They are not ISO friendly, but today we're talking about Axie Infinity. All right. As we can see, look at the price action. Right. So right now we're trading at 245. But now if we look back here, Axie Infinity gained a lot of attention around this time. I mean, it ballooned up to $140. All right. I predict that Axie Infinity is going to be one of those tokens that don't really do nothing within the next year or so. You know, NFT gaming is going to be a big thing. All right. So I will slowly scoop this up. All right. I got a nice handful of Axie Infinity. And, you know, let's remember the name of the game, man. This is Digital Asset Junkie TV. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about getting rich. All right. You know, we're not here just to breathe in this funky air for no reason. You know, we're here to get rich. All right. So in the road of getting rich, what you have to do, you have to buy something that's cheap. All right. Buy something that's going to be scarce later, or that's going to be valuable later, you know, or something that's going to grow in value, of course, you know. So let's understand what Axie Infinity is. All right. So this is a Vice documentary about Axie Infinity. All right. And it's a really good short documentary. It's titled Axie Infinity, Life Changing or Scam. Brilliant title. Life Changing or Scam, because guess what? We're going to find out that it could be both.
So there's this new kind of video game, and it pays people to play the game. And one of those games we've heard really took off in this town in the Philippines. So we're here to see how popular it really is and what it's doing to people's lives.
Axie.
You play Axie?
Yeah, I play Axie.
You've got it on your phone right now?
Axie.
You've got it too. Do you play Axie Infinity?
So lang boss, nakasanayan ko na lang din po kasi maglaro kaya...
What do you make more
He said I use it to play every day.
money doing? Selling slippers or playing Axie? Same. Okay, cool. How many hours every day do you play? You play for 3 to 4 hours? Wow. And do all of your friends play also?
Yeah.
During the height of the pandemic, when upwards of 4.5 million Filipinos lost their jobs, word apparently got around about a new video game called Axie Infinity.
So around COVID. So yeah, so this is when everybody was at home sitting on their ass. What is that? Yep, COVID, during COVID time. And those Axie tokens skyrocketed. Wow. But see, so let's understand investors, all right? That shows that there's real use case, you know? That shows that this shit can scale. All right? So now Axie Infinity in the past, you know, they got caught up in, I don't know, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, chew me up in the comments, it's all good. They got hacked. They lost a lot of money somehow, some way. You know, and when blockchains get hacked, you know, that kind of kills the momentum. You know what I'm saying?
Where you can make cash by simply playing the game. Known as play to earn, it became incredibly popular.
So they playing to earn. So this is a play to earn game.
Pangalawa kong anak, tatlo, yung panganay. Sayang, di nakakatulog kalalaro ng Axie.
To play, you need to...
So that's the old guy. He's like, man, these kids are crazy. They don't get enough sleep. You know, they play too much Axie. You know, that's always a guy, an older guy, you know, in in every neighborhood. You know, he's those kids, what are they doing? They're always popping wheelies on their bikes. They should ride on 2 wheels. That's why it's called a bicycle.
Buy in. And it's not like buying a game cartridge or a piece of software. You gotta buy a team of in-game characters. They're called Axies, and each one is an NFT, or non-fungible token, which assigns ownership to digital assets. The reason you need to buy them is so you can fight other players with Axies. And when you win, you get a reward, something called Smooth Love Potion, or SLP. Do you earn the Smooth Love Potion? Do you earn SLP? Not bad. Here's the thing about SLP. It's not just points you rack up like in a regular video game. SLP is a cryptocurrency. You can spend it in the game to buy more Axies or even breed new Axies. Ooh. But crucially, just like you can exchange...
That's very interesting, NFT gaming. So you can either, like you said, you can breed new Axies. So you can create another Axie, and each little Axie character has their own stats. So you may breed an Axie and it may have low stats, or you may breed an Axie and it has really high stats. Amazing.
Bitcoin for real money, you can exchange SLP for cold hard cash. Do you play Axie? You do? You earn money? You bought a motorcycle.
That boy bought a motorcycle with his love potion tokens. Go figure.
Here it is. It's just bamboo. Bamboo and plywood.
So because of the video game, you were able to move from a hut into
a house.
My boy moved residences off this game.
You really leveled up.
Yeah.
Dito sa Axie, nabibili ko yung gusto ko.
He said, "With Axie now, I can buy what I want." Go figure. Look at this, man. And this is pretty recent. This was posted 7 months ago. This isn't like 3-4 years ago. All right.
Use the money to pay overhead for the bar.
Yung kalahati tinatabi ko for my savings, tapos yung kalahati pinangdadagdag ko sa business. Dito kay Axie, talaga long-term investment.
Look at him, man. Yeah, that boy, trust me, man.
Pinangdadagdag ko sa business.
Let me check him out. He got braces. The Philippines is, it's a weird dynamic. You have a lot of people, middle to upper class people with servants and stuff, So there's a lot of poor people, but there's also, a lot of people with a lot of money. He's a working man. He obviously owns his business and he's doing Axie on the side. But check him out. He got braces. He getting money, baby.
Ito kay Axie, talaga, long-term investment talaga siya para sa akin.
A big reason why playing Axie worked out so well for some in the Philippines was they were early to it. Back in 2020 and 2021, Axies were pretty cheap, and you could buy a solid team for a few $100s.
So that means that goes back to this right here, okay? So I'm assuming before COVID, before everybody was at home sitting on their ass, you can get Axies for super cheap.
So well for some in the Philippines was they were early to it. Back in 2020 and 2021, Axies were pretty cheap, and you could buy a solid team for a few $100s. There was a low barrier of entry and high return on your time. But when it took off in popularity, demand for Axies shot prices through the roof. A competitive team of Axies will cost you almost $1,500 these days. That gave rise to a new kind of business, Axie rentals. Gabby Dizon was given a team of...
You see how this is how the ecosystem works, all right? So it takes somebody to actually keep their eyes on the well-oiled machine and figure out where the leaks are. All right. So we can create a business right here. So we're gonna create Axie rentals. Do you guys see how this technology, this blockchain shit works? Every technology helps out. Every technology helps out every other technology to a certain extent. And that's the beautiful thing about it.
A few years ago and saw opportunity. So you run like a rent an Axie shop.
You could call it that. We call it a player-earned gaming guild called Yield Guild Games, or YGG.
And how big are you?
So the community is over 100,000 people now.
The game was called Yield Guild. That's dope.
And the guild is now worth a few $billion.
Not the name, but actually, you're actually yielding, you're making money, and you're playing a game. Like, all that shit is dope.
Gabby's company gives players 70% of their SLP winnings, and they train players to get better, win more battles, and get more SLP.
Alright, to the live stream. What's up, Bagag Nation? Hazel, Danica, hello, Alfie. We're gonna be teaching to everyone what is the new functionalities.
The education
See, look at my boy. My boy is an influencer. He's an Axie Infinity influencer, and he's buying Axies and getting the love potion token, and you know, like, come on, man. Like, this is. If you guys don't think this is amazing, please, man, go the other way, man. This is amazing how a whole ecosystem is built.
part is really key. You can't expect to just show up and be financially independent. It takes a process, it takes learning. Now we are offering a way for people to take part of the fastest growth.
So it's not just playing a game at this point. It's a way to do it, you know. And other people, other influential, popular players are saying like, "Hey, look, I got the way to teach you guys how to play."
Growing digital economy. And that's incredibly valuable for people, especially in the developing world. You're bringing ordinary people into the crypto economy, allowing them to earn, allowing them to become investors without having them pay out any money in the first place.
Dude, this is very interesting. You guys, I suggest you go to the Vice channel and finish that, okay? Finish that documentary. It's called Life Changing or a Scam, okay? You know, that's like I said at the beginning of the video, Life Changing or a Scam is a brilliant title for that video. Because if you guys go back and see that, you know, if you guys see how the journalist explains the scammy part of this whole thing, you know. But guess what? Hey, man, at the end of the day, everything's a scam, you know. It takes two people. You need two people to make if two people are happy in a business transaction, whatever. It is what it is, you know. In America, a haircut costs, like, in some cities, like Los Angeles or New York, a haircut's $40, $50. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a Kingston in Jamaica, the biggest city in Jamaica, a haircut is like, you know, 6 cents. You know, not 6 cents, like $6, $5. You know, I know for a fact a haircut in India is like $3. You know, a haircut in Nigeria is like $1.80, $2 or something, equivalent to $2 or $5. You know, so you know, when I would look at the whole Axie Infinity ecosystem, and let's be clear, the game Axie Infinity is not just popular in the Philippines. It's also popular in South Africa. I believe it's popular in the Philippines, either the Philippines or Indonesia, one of the Southeast countries. You know, so Axie Infinity is something I would keep my eye on. This is not financial advice. Definitely not. All this stuff can crash and burn, you know. But if you do want to throw your balls on the table, I would definitely scoop up some Axie Infinity, because NFT gaming, in my opinion, is going to be large. Okay, NFT gaming is going to be large. The reason why I feel like the NFT market, you remember when it was the whole NFT boom? I feel like the NFT situation, the whole NFT thing, is going to come back, and it's going to be bigger than ever. Okay, we didn't have the proper infrastructure first. You know, how could the NFTs be something we don't even have the proper infrastructure for blockchain, you know? But after we have the proper infrastructure, Axie Infinity is going to take what they did in the Philippines, and they're going to reinvent it and take it somewhere else, man. You know, because this shows that it's robust. It shows that it can work. Okay, all right. Axie Infinity showed that they can get the people involved, you know, and you seen, dude, he literally changed his residence off of playing the game. Yeah, he was early in, and you know, he kind of had the sauce, so to speak, but he still did it, man, you know. And at the end of the day, man, I don't play video games. The last game I played was Mercenaries or Madden 2016. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow me on X, Digital Asset Junkie TV. Please like and subscribe.